Have you ever experienced an incident where your car ran out of fuel or charge? If so, it was probably a stressful experience. Now, imagine a world where such worries no longer exist. This could soon become a reality. General Motors CEO Mary Barra has just announced an all-new compressed air engine that could revolutionize the way we live. This innovative technology promises to be more sustainable and versatile. But the question is, what makes this engine so revolutionary? Well, keep watching to find out. Before we dive into the details of GM's latest engine, let's take a quick look at the company's background. William C. Durant founded General Motors in 1908 in Flint, Michigan. The company grew rapidly by bringing together several automakers, such as Buick, Oldsmobile, and Cadillac, under one roof. This strategy helped GM become a dominant force in the U.S. transportation market. In the 1920s, CEO Alfred Sloan introduced the assembly line, improving production efficiency and helping GM overtake Ford in sales. Sloan's idea of offering cars for every budget, from Chevrolet to Cadillac, was instrumental to GM's success throughout the 20th century. However, the company faced challenges during the 1970s oil crisis and growing competition from Japanese automakers. In 2009, GM filed for bankruptcy due to high labor costs and pension obligations, but it was rescued with a government bailout. By 2010, GM had rebounded, shifting its focus to innovation and sustainability. A major milestone came in 2016 with the launch of the Chevrolet Bolt, the first affordable electric car with a 200-mile range. In June 2023, GM announced a partnership with Tesla to adopt Tesla's North American Charging Standard, or NACS, giving GM owners access to Tesla's extensive charging network. As of 2024, GM has been making substantial investments in electric vehicles through its Cruise division. The company reported $171 billion in revenue for 2023, marking an increase from the previous year. Mary Barra's recent announcement introduces a groundbreaking engine that could transform the automobile industry. Let's explore the details behind this new innovation. General Motors is embracing cutting-edge technology with its new compressed air engine, designed to operate using compressed air instead of conventional fuel. This shift could significantly reduce emissions and reduce dependence on fossil fuels. Compressed air technology has existed since the 19th century, primarily used in mining locomotives and trams in cities like Paris. However, it fell out of favor with the rise of internal combustion engines, which offered superior power and efficiency. In the early 2010s, a French automaker named Peugeot experimented with hybrid compressed air and internal combustion engines, creating a greener alternative that did not rely on batteries. Although Peugeot's prototypes never went beyond the testing phase, they attracted attention from the automotive industry, including GM. Seeing the potential, GM acknowledged that more development was necessary for compressed air vehicles to compete with both traditional internal combustion engines and the expanding electric vehicle market. Now, GM is actively researching compressed air technology alongside its electric and internal combustion vehicle initiatives. But how exactly do compressed air vehicles work? Well, let's take a closer look. Compressed air vehicles function differently from both traditional engines and EVs. Instead of using a conventional engine with pistons or an electric motor, these vehicles use pneumatic engines, which rely on compressed air to generate power. From a mechanical standpoint, pneumatic engines are similar to internal combustion engines because they use pistons. However, instead of relying on fuel combustion, the engine introduces compressed air into a chamber. The pressurized air pushes the piston to its maximum length, generating motion. When the air is released, a spring connected to the piston pulls it back to its original position, completing the cycle. This design allows pneumatic engines to benefit from many technical solutions already developed for internal combustion engines, accelerating the development process. With this new engine, General Motors hopes to offer a significant advancement in sustainable transportation, complementing its efforts in electric vehicle development. The future of mobility could soon include not just electric cars, but also vehicles powered by clean, efficient, compressed air. One of the most significant advantages of compressed air vehicles is that they produce no pollution. They operate solely on compressed air, meaning there is no environmental damage during use, addressing one of the major downsides of traditional combustion engines. Manufacturing compressed air motors is generally more economical than producing internal combustion engines, since these engines operate at much lower pressures and require less durable materials, making them cheaper and more environmentally friendly to produce. Compressed air is significantly cheaper and easier to obtain than gasoline, diesel, or electricity. This leads to lower running costs for compressed air vehicles. Since compressed air engines do not waste resources and use pressurized air that remains unchanged after use, they are considered a sustainable and future-proof technology. While promising, compressed air engines face several challenges that have limited their widespread adoption. One of the biggest challenges is that compressed air engines are significantly underpowered. The energy density of compressed air is much lower compared to gasoline or electric energy. As a result, these engines lack the power needed for effective real-world performance. The limited power also leads to reduced torque, which is essential for acceleration and pulling loads, making compressed air engines impractical for many applications. These engines must operate at a very high speed to generate sufficient power, which is another major drawback. High-speed operation increases wear and tear on mechanical components, reducing the engine's lifespan and requiring more frequent maintenance. Since compressed air engines do not use liquid fuel like internal combustion engines, lubricating them is more challenging. This adds to the complexity of maintenance, as improper lubrication can accelerate the deterioration of moving parts. Another significant challenge is their inefficiency. Although compressed air is virtually free, the amount of energy that can be stored in a tank is low. Prototypes of compressed air vehicles typically have a limited range, usually around 100 miles, requiring frequent refueling. This makes them unsuitable for longer journeys. Earlier designs used steel air tanks to store the pressurized air, which made the vehicles heavier and further reduced performance. More critically, if these tanks were damaged in an accident, they could explode due to the high internal pressure, posing a serious safety risk. GM's compressed air engine technology has great potential, but it still faces hurdles. The company has been actively working to solve the issues associated with compressed air engines by focusing on improving both power and safety. GM is also working to increase the vehicle's driving range by using the car's frame as a large air storage unit. They strengthened the frame with lightweight materials such as fiber-reinforced plastics to reduce weight and enhance safety. As a result, even in the event of an accident, there is no risk of the air tanks exploding. The lighter the vehicle, the less energy it requires to move, further improving efficiency. Another area of focus is the air compressor. This device compresses the air and fills the storage tanks. In some cases, the compressor may utilize renewable energy sources, such as solar or wind, making the system even more eco-friendly. Additionally, GM has improved the pneumatic motors that use the stored compressed air to generate mechanical energy for powering the vehicle. These motors are simpler and lighter than traditional electric motors. Regenerative systems are another crucial development. Some designs incorporate regenerative braking, which captures energy produced during braking and uses it to compress additional air. This feature improves efficiency by recycling energy that would otherwise be lost. Although this tech is still in development and not yet in mass production, GM is investing heavily in perfecting it to make it competitive in a market currently dominated by EVs. While there is no exact timeline for its release, experts believe it could happen within the next few years. GM sees this innovation as a potential game changer, offering a viable alternative to both gasoline and electric cars, potentially giving the company an edge in the future automotive industry. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more videos like this.